What's up, guys? Hope you're doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Jailo Chanji, and I just want to thank you all for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. For my returning subscribers, you have a special place in my heart. Thank you so much. Today, I just want to welcome you to the beautiful country Kenya, which is located in East Africa. Kenya has a population of 55 million, with consisting 42 tribes. We enjoy tropical climate, which is let's say coldest in the month of June to October. So in Kenya we have two national languages, that is Swahili and English, which is spoken throughout the country by anyone. Even people who have not gone to school will be able to speak Swahili and a bit of English. So communication shouldn't be a problem, since English is a universal language. So like any other place in the world, there are things that are acceptable and those that are not acceptable in different countries. So Kenya is not an exception. So today I'm just going to take you through some of the things you need to know before coming to Kenya. So despite the people of Kenya being very friendly and welcoming, there are a few areas that you might pay attention to. So if you are intending to visit the CBD or the slums of Nairobi or the slums of Kenya, you might need a guide, because it's sometimes not very safe for you to be alone as a foreigner in these places. For example, in the CBD, there's a lot of pickpocketing, phone snatching, so you really want to be safe. So a local is able to identify the streets. Not all streets are bad in Nairobi, but there are those streets that are notorious. So when with a local, you're able, or he's able to direct you to the right streets where you will feel and be safe. Let's talk about the Kenyan currency. So Kenya uses the Kenya shilling only, and it is very easy when purchasing stuff or just paying for services, because and $1 US is equivalent to 100 shillings or just thereabout. So it's always very easy to calculate when spending. Talking about currency and money in Kenya, we have adopted the mobile money use more than maybe other countries. So Kenyans really appreciate the mobile money transfers. We use them to purchase, we use them to pay for services. So if you happen to land in Kenya, just get yourself a SIM card, register it and load it with some cash. It's going to help you in paying for anything anywhere in the country. It is widely used, and I don't think there's a place in Kenya where mobile money, that is M-Pesa and Airtel money, is not used. So it is also a way of ensuring your money is safe, because even if you happen to lose your phone, you still don't lose your money. Your money is intact. You just need to renew your SIM card and retrieve your money. The staple food of Kenya is ugali. Ugali is made out of corn flour. And nyama choma is also a very common food here in Kenya, and our favorite actually. But because of the many tribes in Kenya, our delicacies and cuisines vary from the different tribes. So depending on the part of Kenya you will be having to taste or sample different kinds of food. For example, foods of the coast and foods of the western region. They could be similar but cooked differently. So be ready to sample a lot of food everywhere you go within Kenya. But they are good food, I can assure you, and very pocket friendly. Food is not expensive, not so expensive in Kenya. What to do in Kenya? You could be coming to Kenya and asking, what am I going to do in Kenya? So tourism forms a very big part of our economy in Kenya, which many people come to Kenya for. Most tourists, more so the wild beast migration, which is seasonal. So you only need to plan know the season for when the wild beasts are migrating, either into the Serengeti or when they are coming back to Kenya. It's one of the wonders of the world, and I think you want to try, or you just want to experience this at least once in a lifetime. We also have historical sites dating back from the colonial times, which are still a very big tourist attractions. So if you're just interested in history and that kind of thing, Kenya is the place to visit. If you happen to travel to the coast of Kenya, there are also numerous white sand beaches, which are also such an attraction for holiday makers. Nairobi also happens to be the only city in the world where you get game drive like every day on your way to work, because we have a major bypass that crosses through the game park. The next thing I'm going to talk about is transport and infrastructure. So Kenya has very well tarmacked roads. Our roads are smooth everywhere throughout the country, so driving around will not be a problem. Most common means of transport here, and the cheapest actually, is the public transport, which we call matatus, which range between $50 to $1. Actually, off peak you will pay actually less than $50 to get to your destination within Nairobi, and at peak hours it's nothing more than $1. So it's actually very cheap. If you are on if you're traveling on a budget, I think you'd consider using public transport. Other than the vehicles, the buses and the vans that ply these routes as a public transport, we also have commuter trains within the city estates. So you can also choose to use the commuter trains, which are also very affordable and fast. If you're traveling across the country or across counties in Kenya, you might need to use flights. We have airports in most of the major cities in Kenya, in all the major cities in Kenya actually. And again, if you're traveling on a budget, there are buses that ply the upcountry routes, so, and they're very affordable, so you don't have to really make it such a hassle getting into these other parts of the country. There are so many options, even trains. For example, if you're going to Mombasa, we have okay, not so modern, but we have something almost modern train, something close to a modern train, which uses less time to get to those really long distances. Next, I'm going to talk about the cost of living in Kenya. So the term expensive or cheap is relative, depending on where you're coming from or depending on the size of your pocket. So like in Kenya, people who travel here, I don't know those other places, but people who come to Kenya, the foreigners here, say things like grocery, fruits, vegetables are very cheap here in Kenya. More so if you're buying them from the farmer's market. But if you are buying your grocery from the supermarkets, you'll find they're slightly expensive, I think, because most of them are imported. And then again, maybe you have to pay for the packaging and that kind of thing. So if you want to really spend less on your grocery, you do prefer to buy them from the open air markets, which are almost everywhere, in every estate, even every other place. So they are very cheaper there. Something else you should know before coming to Kenya is we don't use polythene bags here. So if you are going shopping, we have bags made of cloth or those other materials, but not polythene bag. You can be arrested in Kenya for carrying a polythene bag. So other basic things we use at home, like soap, bread, margarine, things like sodas. I don't know the cost in your country, but maybe you can compare. These are our prices here in Kenya for these groceries. So maybe you could compare and let me know if it is expensive here or in your country. For example, if you could check the size, the price of 500 ml soda in Kenya, let me know how much it costs in your country. Then maybe we could compare and know which is expensive, considering $1 is equivalent to 100 Kenya shillings. So let's talk about dress code. So in many African countries, you'll find people are a bit reserved due to their cultures. They don't want to expose a lot of their bodies. But Kenya is a very, very liberated country. Your dress, your choice. So you can wear anything you want in Kenya. Nobody's gonna attack you. Nobody will insult you for that. Actually, that can take somebody to jail. We go with the slogan, my dress, my choice. So let's talk about connectivity and internet. So I think here we are still lagging behind a bit. We do not have internet everywhere. And even if you find a place with internet, it could be slow. So if you need to be online like most of the time, just get a SIM card when you land in Kenya from any of the telcos and load it up with some bundles so you can browse wherever you are freely. Kenya has a lot of traffic jams, especially in the morning and evening hours. So if you plan to travel maybe different parts of the country, or you're just going to the CBD, you really need to plan your time well so that you're there in time. Otherwise, if it's an appointment, you're likely to miss it if you leave late, because you're going to be stuck in traffic for maybe 2 hours or something. So keep time, plan your time well while in Kenya so you don't miss your appointments, not miss your flights. When we travel, we all want to take photos, take videos, and keep some memory of the places we visited. So because of our past experience with terrorists and terrorism, photography in Kenya is a bit tricky. There are places where it is totally banned. You cannot just go filming anywhere in Kenya. You need to get a permit actually to film. If you want to film, you need a permit. But foreigners are not so harassed like us, but you still need to get that permit if you have to film in some places. And then we don't also allow drones in Kenya. You cannot fly a drone freely in Kenya. You have to get a license to fly a drone in Kenya. So when you land in Kenya, you're carrying a drone, you have to declare you have a drone, then get a permit or a license to fly that drone. Lastly, remember to carry some cash with you, just in case you're going to get a guide. You need to tip people from time to time, just about $1, nothing much. And it could also buy your freedom in case you're in trouble. We love bribes in Kenya. So just have some little cash. You never know. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Feel welcome to Kenya. People here are very friendly, and Kenya is a very safe place. Other than the election times, Kenya is a very peaceful country that you will enjoy visiting and living in. We are fun people. We love having fun. So don't be afraid to visit Kenya. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's been amazing having you around. Thank you for always checking in. Remember to tap that subscribe button, and see you in my next.